Before we get going through this video, you're going to want to get together some colors. I recommend 6 different colors. Highlighters would work great. If you don't have different colors, it's totally okay, but it'll be helpful. If you don't have different colors, then we're going to have to use different symbols or shapes instead. So instead of having, use a circle, use squares, use diamonds. That's 3 different shapes. Or use squiggly lines versus zigzag lines versus dotted lines. That would be another way to show different color coding without colors. But colors is going to be easiest. We're going to start by finding the area and perimeter of this shape. That's what you'll be practicing throughout this lesson. It's showing us how to combine like terms. So in order to understand what that means, we need to know what combine means, which means put them together. Like means similar or same, not like I like it. Similar. So combine similar terms. We need to know what a term is. And we found that out a couple lessons ago where terms are separated by addition and subtraction. Like this. And we learned a term. This is a term. And this is a different term. So separated by addition or subtraction. So we will be working to combine terms that are the same. Let's start by doing that for area. Now, when we find area of our algebra tiles, all we're doing is naming the tiles. That's it. Area. Because we don't have any numbers, so we can't pretend that we know what it's going to equal. So we're just going to write what we've got. This is worth x because it's x times 1. This is x squared because it's x times x. Then I have another x tile. And I have a unit tile, which is worth 1. That's the only one that actually gets a number. So ta-da, there it is. Now this is how you're going to show combining like terms. This is something that does not go away. They use this method in 8th grade too. So no shortcuts on me. Make sure you use your different colors to do this. So I'm going to do it on a whiteboard because it's so much easier. All right. So we're trying to combine similar terms. So we're going to circle the types of tiles in our expression. So I'm going to circle all the X tiles along with the sign that's in front of them. Notice that? That's important. You should have nothing uncircled by the time you're done. So these 2 are the only 2 X's I see. So I'm done circling my X's. This is another type of tile, right? The X squared tile. It looks different than the X tiles. Notice how I used a different shape. I'm showing you that in case you don't have different colors. And then finally, I'm going to do a shape around my numbers. Now that I've done that, I can combine the terms. You need to have this part on your review and preview problems. So generally the x squareds come first, but it doesn't really matter. Then I see 2 x's, x plus x. And then I see a plus 1 for the constants, that's called, or the number part. So there's our area. This is called writing in simplest terms, meaning that we've combined all the similar ones and we have just different ones left. Now let's do it for perimeter. Perimeter is a little bit trickier because we have to do every single side. It also means We're going to do some more color coding. I love color coding, people. All right. Perimeter. I'm going to start over. Perimeter. So perimeter is the outsides of the shape. To help us visualize the different shapes, we're going to do some color coding to start with. So let's pick 3 different colors. Let's say every time I have a value of 1, I'm going to use this pink color. So this is a value of 1, right? And so is this. So is this. Do I have any other values of 1? I do, right? Right here. Those are worth 1. Just to prove it to you, they match. This is a value of 1. This is a value of 1. And so is that. Then I'm going to put the value on the outside of every single one. All right, so all the 1s. There we go. Now let's pick another color. Orange, why not? Okay, this side length is X. This side length is also X. This side length, X. This side length. Ooh. Well, the X goes all the way to the corner, but my line doesn't actually go all the way to the corner. It gets stopped by that 1 block. So I need a new color. This right here, that's X minus 1. Because right here, that filling in that extra space, that's 1. So I'm taking the X that I have and I'm taking away 1 from it. So it's X minus 1. Now I need to write that perimeter into a giant number sentence. We're going to write the long version right away. Pick a spot to start. I like corners. I'm going to put a little dot here to tell me that's where I started. And now I'm going to write it out. I'm going to do it on the whiteboard though, because it's a lot easier. So starting up at the top corner, I see an X plus. Going around to the right, I see an X or a 1. There we go. Then I see an X, a 1, an X minus 1. Now that's a term, so I'm still going to write the plus because I'm finding perimeter. It just happens to be that the value I'm adding up is X minus 1. Don't get confused. Keep going. Plus 1. Plus the next one. I ran out of room. Plus the next one. Plus the next one. Almost there. Plus X. And finally another 1. Goodness, that takes a lot up. Look at that. And now I got back to the dot that I made, so I know I finally made it all the way around the shape. So that's a really helpful tip. Now next up, there we go, is we're going to use our color coding to find and circle all the like terms. So let's start with the X's. X. Now there's not a plus in front of it, but we know it's positive because we just assume. Let's go find the next X. Make sure you circle the sign in front of it. The next one. Where's my next X? Here's one. All right, now before I do anything else, like before I try adding that up, I'm going to move on and do my other circles. Okay. Now I'm doing all the constants, the numbers, the units. Make sure you do the sign in front of it. Even with this minus 1, If you do the sign in front of it, that'll help. Keep going, keep going. All right, now notice there's nothing left uncircled. No signs, no nothing. Every little piece is covered. Now I can combine the like terms. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. They're all plussing. So 4x. Now let's do all the constants. 1 plus 1 is 2. Minus 1 takes me back down to 1. That's another, so we're adding again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 6. That would be my perimeter of this shape listed out in simplest form. Now I know it seems like a lot of work, and that's just where we're at. Make sure you show all the work. That includes, for the perimeter, color coding the sides of the shape and writing out the big number sentence and color coding the different terms before you can finally put down your answer. So it's kind of like a 3-part question when it asks you for perimeter. 2 different color codings and then the combining. For area, it's a little bit easier. It's just write out the first number sentence, the long one, and then the combining part. No color coding of the shapes. All right. Now, I said at the beginning, this is combining like terms. Remember, each one of these separated by a plus was a different term. So that's what we did. We combined the terms. You may need to re-watch this in order to help you with your questions today. That is absolutely fine. Re-watching it is an awesome strategy. Redoing it, like do the problem and then watch the answer, do the problem, watch the next part. That's also a great strategy to help with this while you get better. So go get your colors, make sure you've got them all. Let me know if you have questions, but that's it. Adios.